Hello and welcome to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over. And this feels weird. I haven't recorded a Wixo video in a while. I did get the ethnicity layer updated, and this is looking a lot different than I thought it would. But anyway, we can get right into the video. We see some movement around here in China as this big white open area is taken over by this brown country because they don't have a lot of land, and they will get the entire thing, but not all of the people who move here are the same ethnicity. But none of those border changes really matter because just like in real life, the Mongols are coming and they're not stopping. They are full rampage mode. They're taking out all of these little Chinese countries, and they have already wiped out 4 of them in a relatively short amount of time. And now they're going after this one, and it doesn't take long for another victim to fall to the Mongols. And now going a little bit down here, we see Myanmar strangely attack this blue country, and they will actually capture the capital, but this will activate this kind of alliance, so troops will begin to retake land, including the capital. And Thailand alone, Blue Thailand, could probably take on Myanmar by themselves, but with the alliance, it's just a lot easier, and Myanmar is soon pushed back a lot, and they are actually still allowed to live, and they are just kind of waiting there for now. But we now see some more dividing up with borders. And so a bunch of leaders will gather up to divide up some borders. But here it is all filled in. And now coming over to India, this blue country is ready to take on a large amount of foes, and they will move their troops up, capturing the capital city of this pink country. But what they unleash is crazy. A temporary united force will emerge, and quickly this blue country will spread out their forces as they first take on this area, which is probably the weakest area, and it will fall relatively quickly with the capturing of both of these capitals. But the same cannot be said elsewhere, as their own capital is almost captured. And they decide to do a tricky move and move their forces through this green-yellow country, causing it to surrender. And from here, they will take on this southern region, winning important battles, and overall taking over this entire region, as there are a lot of battles over here. There is one more attempt to reach out and take their capital, in which it is successful, and from here it sends this country into a little bit of a panic as forces spread out, and they even managed to gain some additional ground, but soon more advances are made and the capital is retaken shortly. And from here, these different sections are cut off from each other and will just fall, leading to this union having a civil war, because that's great to have in wartime. And what this does, it actually just makes this country entirely fall to the bluish purple one. We now see down here south of India, or south of that India, we see a conflict going on between the orange and yellow countries, as the orange country will attack this yellow one in order to gain strength. And after taking the mainland, they will push them back to Sri Lanka, where they will remain and move their capital right there. And there is kind of a triangle forming here between these three Indian countries as far as power. There's the light blue, the dark bluish purple, and the orange. And all these countries are kind of looking at each other, and they don't necessarily hate each other, at least yet, but they are competing. And this light blue country will now wipe out every single one of these tiny countries over here, and that will heighten tensions a little bit. And shortly after that, the light blue Indian country will expand and take a big portion of land. And that will be followed up by this bluish purple country. I don't know what to call this. And they will make some big claims as well over these regions. But these yellow and light blue countries will expand as well. And India is looking more unified, but they're unifying with aggression. Back to the Mongols. They are showing no mercy, as they will not only explore land, but of course conquer it as well. And begin to stop exploring land, and they will connect up over here with these like Caspian countries, I guess, and a very big war will take place that actually will result in the unification of these two countries. Unfortunately, for these two countries, unification will not save them, as the Mongols are very brutal, and after separating these two countries, they will go into the capitals and burn them to the ground. And this will cause just the entire fall of this country. And the Mongols are showing extremely brutal tactics, and they are now expanding into Russia, and they are showing massive aggression to every country they border. But it's at this point that they can no longer hold on to this just vast empire, and they will collapse. Wow, that took me a very, very long time. But here are all the borders, and yeah, there is some interesting ones here, especially with capital placement. With the capital placement, it's typically not in the best of places, and yeah, it's just kind of horrible, but these are the borders that we got, and yeah, we can look somewhere else. We see a French-Italian war break out with French forces, wrong color, but French forces moving into Italy, or this one Italian country. They take a good portion of land before Italian forces arrive, and this poor pink country is just in the middle of all this. And yeah, Italian forces will push back the French until Spanish forces began to flood into Italy. And France is relieved until those forces also start to flood into France, and even faster. And these forces are unstoppable, and this poor pink country is gone. And quickly, both Italy and France are wiped out, and these supreme forces have just come in and taken what they want, and they will now start their great conquests as they will wipe out other French nations. And yeah, one empire falls, another one rises. And they will also conquer this gray country, and this brown one didn't have a capital apparently. And they wipe both countries out, and the Alps are doing fine, or more so the Swiss Empire. And this great Spanish Empire relates to the Western European Empire, now expands into Italy. And to be honest, there's nothing stopping them. They're gliding through all of these countries, and they make landings on Corsica and Sardinia, and will take them both over. And this empire is just spreading rapidly. And the British are still just, their ethnicity is pretty bad. They are just dying inside, and they're at the point where they are literally about to just break out into basically just chaos. And they will try to hold it together, and they will long enough for the Western European Empire to make a landing. And these elite forces are just wiping out so much of everything, so much of Western Europe. And yeah, this country, to be honest, it full on collapses. Just people are killing each other everywhere in the streets, and it's just horrible. The whole country goes into anarchy. Different factions try to form. This is literal hell. And with the country's full-on collapse, it will make way for the annexation of it into the Western European Empire. That is before Ireland will take the rest of Scotland. And they also decided to just take these islands, which were not yet explored or discovered, which is why they are actually Irish now on the ethnicity layer. But yeah, this Western European Empire is taking over all of Western Europe, and they now will march right into Germany as they do not fear anything. The capital of Germany is captured, and the country will fall with some resistance still remaining. But now, looking at another empire's rise, is this gold Arabian one, as both Yemen and Oman are wiped out, and those two countries were really weak. But this Persian Gulf country is also being invaded, and they are completely wiped out. And yeah, this country has a lot of strength, and they will push up, taking out this blue country as well, showing that strength. And also something is these two Egyptian countries have been fighting for a while. There's really no movement going on. It's just, occasionally some people just from, this Egyptian country just go over to a town or a village and, just raid it. And, it just kind of happens between these two countries. And they both hate each other, which is why the Gold Country, or the Gold Empire, takes the opportunity to fix this by wiping out this lighter pink Egyptian country. And, this non-coastal Egyptian country is celebrating, and, they're not celebrating for long because they just get annihilated within not even a long period of time. And there are a lot of empires rising. And Sudan has been here for a while, and they will continue to, as the Gold Arabian Empire has no plans to mess with them. And why am I finding so many countries without capitals? I don't know. But this brown country and these other Arabian countries are just being wiped out and annexed into this great Gold Arabian Empire. And the Gold Empire will invade into Cyprus now, taking out the entire thing, now invading into Blue Anatolia, taking it out as well. And I know Greece is a very similar color, but that might not last for long. And the Blue European Empire will take out the Dutch and the Italians, and then they will actually start to take out this Balkan Empire, but will not completely, as they have no need to take it just yet. And that would heavily unstabilize their empire. And now both countries are at Greece. And, you can kind of imagine what is going to happen. And they will divide up Greece together. And Greece is now very sad because they don't exist. And both of these countries have the same ambitions. They want the same stuff. They both have aggressive expansion. They're basically twins. So, maybe they'd be friends and not kill each other or try to. And that's exactly what doesn't happen, as Gold Empire forces invade Greece, and they will push up. This Balkan country will retake their land, and or at least most of it. And yeah, this Gold Empire will now land in Italy, and they will take out the entire thing of modern Italy, as they will cross the Alps, make landings on these islands, and eventually they land on the Iberian Peninsula, capturing the capital and, in typical fashion, setting fire to it for good measure, although it is rebuilt after, because, the people everywhere they threaten to overthrow the government, and it's a large portion of the population, and yeah, so with this Western European empire pretty much gone, it will officially collapse, leaving it all over to this Gold Empire. But they can't hold this, and so they too will collapse. And this is what the division looks like, and you can pause and look over it for a minute. I do have to go. I ran out of time, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.